Hi everyone, welcome to Enchantments. Now I've been very fortunate in my lifetime to travel around the globe and see many different racing events. Everything from Grand Prix motorcycle racing in Laguna Seca, California, to donkey and camel races in the middle of the Sahara Desert. Well, in this episode, you're going to meet a truly unique group of racers. They're cute as heck, they're water resistant, and they really only have a one-word vocabulary. Now, these racers have become quite famous in their time, and they are loved by everyone. Welcome to Deming, New Mexico, and the Great American Duck Races. Welcome to Deming, New Mexico. Each August, for some strange reason, Deming becomes overrun with ducks. Yes, ducks. Those cute, cuddly, feathery, web-footed little friends that we all know and love. They just start showing up everywhere. But the word is out. They're here in Deming for some mighty tough competition, and all these folks are here to join in the fun. Dave, tell me, how did the Great American Duck Races get started?
Well, back in 1980, a group of local business people got together and decided they wanted some way to bring tourists to Deming and during the dog days of summer. And they decided that one way to do this, one of them had seen a race over in Las Vegas, Nevada, and they decided, let's have a duck race. And we had our first duck race in 1980. And every year it's just gotten bigger and bigger.
And how many years have you guys been doing it now?
This is our 28th year, and since it's a movie theme this year, we're saying take 28.
Explain a little bit about the duck races themselves.
Well, when we first started back in 1980, there was only one track. It was the dry track, and the ducks would run a 16-foot course. There's 8 lanes separated by duck wire, not chicken wire, but duck wire. About 5 years ago, we decided to try something new, and that was our wet track, where the ducks would actually swim the course rather than run. And it's proven to be more popular than our dry track is. Today, so far, we've probably run about 6 or 7 to 1. 6 or 7 wet races for every one dry race.
Explain a bit about how these people actually get their ducks and get them into the water and get them racing.
Well, again, that's changed over the years too. Back when we first started back in 1980, racers brought their own ducks. For a while we had a professional category, and we actually had stables of ducks which would come in to race. To avoid any problems with the Humane Society, about 8 or 9 years ago, the duck race took over all ducks, and we began supplying the ducks with their entry fee. And that way we can make sure they're humanely treated, make sure they have water, and we don't have ducks being abandoned after the race, which was happening in the early days. So basically you pay a $5 entry fee. We provide you with the duck. In each of our preliminary heats, the first duck will advance as well as the second duck, and they also receive a cash prize.
How many different contestants do you think will actually race ducks over the course of this weekend?
We normally, over the 2 days, will have about 130 to 140 race heats. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that many people times 8, because we do allow participants to race a duck a second or third or fourth time. And of course, that gives them a better chance of winning the big money.
What is the big prize? Are there 3 or 4 different prizes at the end, or one grand prize? Tell me a little bit about that.
There are actually 2 prizes. What we do is our payouts are based on a jackpot. So the more preliminary heats we run, the more money is handed out at the end. We split the money 50-50 between the wet track and the dry track. So last year, for example, we paid out $1,280 on the wet track and $1,280 on the dry track. This year, every year for the last 4 or 5 years, it's gone up each year. So we anticipate even a higher payout than the $1,280 this year.
Molly, tell us what you won.
Well, I won $10. I won the first place in the wet contest, and my granddaughter won $5 yesterday in the wet race also. So 5 for her and 10 for Grandma.
Congratulations. And so how many years have you been coming to this festival?
28.
And this is your first time racing?
Actually, this is the first time I decided to race. So.
And now you're hooked and you're going to continue racing?
Exactly.
And what exactly are the rules for the people that come in to race with the ducks? What do they have to do? What rules do they have to follow?
Once again, we are very concerned that the ducks are humanely treated. So we ask them not to toss their ducks, not to squeeze their ducks, or harm their ducks in any way. Other than that, they need to have them on the start line or in the starting gate in case of the dry track. And basically, if they toss their duck, they're eliminated.
Racers, do not throw your ducks. Be kind to your ducks. And remember, we have a hard and fast rule: no dogs in the park. Ducks and dogs do not mix. All right, racers, on your mark. Get set. Go. Eight, two.
Now tell me a little bit about the ducks themselves. Where do they come from? Do you guys put them on any kind of regiment or special food? Tell me about that.
A member of our duck race committee actually takes care of raising the ducks, and they are a type of domesticated mallard. It's a ruin type duck. And we use that type of duck because they don't have the flight feathers, and we don't have the problem with ducks flying away on us. So those are the type of ducks we use. We normally start out early in the year with ducklings, and then after about 5 or 6 months, they're ready to race. The younger ducks race better than the older ducks.
How long can you keep a duck kind of on the racing circuit?
Normally, we recycle the ducks each year. In other words, there's a new batch that'll come in next year for our races.
Give me your best duck impersonation.
Quack, quack.
There you go. What other kind of events and things do you have going on here besides the duck races themselves?
Well, one of our major things we do each duck race weekend is our hot air balloon ascension. We also have a tortilla toss where folks actually toss tortillas.
Tortilla tossing is a lot of fun, but it is a lot harder than it looks. And don't worry about the mess because the birds love it.
.8 feet.
We'll have the outhouse race tonight.
These homemade racing outhouses are the fastest on wheels, and believe me, the drivers are only concentrating on one thing, and that is making sure their toilets go straight.
On Thursday, which is normally the first day of our event, we have the Duck Royalty Pageant, where the idea is for people to dress like ducks. The Comcast Tournament of Ducks Parade was this morning.
And this parade is massive. There are over 100 entries, so come out early, get a great seat, and enjoy all there is to see.
The Florida Mud Bog, I don't know if you've ever seen the big trucks. And this is basically they drive through the mud. And that's what the Florida Mud Bog's all about. We just try to make it a real fun event for the whole family.
The Great American Duck Races of Deming has more than everything a family could ever desire in a fun-filled, adventurous weekend. There's a huge variety of foods, ranging from traditional Mexican all the way to carnival style. There's a huge variety of vendor booths ranging from jewelry to baked goods, and local artists display their works for sale, while a very serious horseshoe competition rings out across the grounds for hours. The contestants range from teenagers all the way up to senior citizens, and anyone who thinks they can get a ringer can compete. Chili and salsa are a big draw here also. A very spicy salsa competition keeps judges sweating and guzzling water to quench their fiery taste buds. There is a large variety of live music to entertain all who attend while they take a break, relax, or even settle down for a quick meal. The Great American Duck Races truly has it all. Everything from fun events and attractions for youngsters to a great little dinner theater performance at the local Bel Canto Cafe for adults with truly eclectic tastes.
Nice. The party is nice. You forget. You remember.
They officially call me the Duck Wrangler. I take care of raising the ducks and then handling all the races, and also put together the racetrack and then tear it down again. So.
Now, are these ducks like fed anything specific, put in under any kind of regiment? What do you do to get them ready for racing?
As they get it up in months, they go through a secret training program that I can't divulge. It's been passed on from Duck Wrangler to Duck Wrangler, and they're ready to race every fourth weekend in August.
How long have you been doing this?
About 8 years now.
Okay. And you have a good time doing it?
It's a lot of fun, and it's great for the community, and you've seen all the young kids. They have a blast. A lot of little baby kids running around carrying ducks, and it's maybe the first time they ever handle a duck and maybe the last.
So do you have like a prize duck of your own?
No. You know, the ducks are all pretty equal when it comes to racing, and that's what the joy of all this is. You never know how you're going to do. It's all just pure luck. Anybody can win, everybody can lose, but it's a shot.
Could there be a little bit of strategy on someone who's handling the duck?
Some people use all kinds of strategy, and some of it works, some of it doesn't.
So you're considered a duck wrangler, right?
Yes, sir.
What are some of the techniques for catching ducks without hurting them?
Well, it's kind of a two-man effort. You have to get them in a corner and hold their wings down. If you don't, then you get hit in the face and they can get hurt.
What kind of advice would you give to anybody who wants to be a good duck racer?
In my opinion, it's all luck, but splash the duck as much as you can. Make lots of noise.
Did you have any kind of strategy going in when you started your race?
Well, actually, the strategy is just to throw the water on the duck so the duck keeps going. So when the duck goes, it knows that it's like it thinks it's going to be chased by something.
Do you have any kind of strategy while going into this race? Anything you're going to do specifically to get that duck going?
I'm going to try and splash him and get him scared so he runs away.
Do you have a certain kind of strategy when it comes to duck racing?
This is the first time I've actually raced a duck, so.
Right on, so maybe a little bit of beginner's luck?
Hey, I've got one more ticket, so we'll see what happens in the second ticket, okay?
So what was your strategy?
Oh, you hug him tightly, reassure him, and then he'll do it.
Great. Now I see you're wearing kind of a lucky charm. Tell me about that.
Oh, I got this here the first year we came, and I haven't seen them since. It's my duck race charm.
Do you guys have any kind of strategy behind your duck racing?
Pull a feather.
Yeah.
Wait, do they allow you to pull feathers?
No, just kidding.
So what else can you do?
Splash the water as hard as we can to scare them, huh?
Now, Miss Betty, how come you're not out there racing with the other duckies? Your feathers just aren't up to all that water? Now, I see your beautiful outfit, and I know you were in the parade the other day. Congratulations on being named Miss Queen Duck. Are you going to appear in any movies pretty soon? How long have you been attending the Deming Duck races? Is this your first year? Ever since you're a wee little thing? And you've grown into a beautiful, beautiful duck. Well, thank you for spending some time with us. I know you're a very, very busy duck. Aw, so sweet, so sweet.
Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack.
Quack, quack, quack!
When getting right down to it, duck racing is very serious business. Spectators flock to the racetrack to watch, cheer on their favorite team, and they definitely get caught up in the racing excitement.
Let us bow our heads. Our Father, who art in heaven, we are gathered here at the McKinley Duck Downs to celebrate the 28th Great American Duck Race.
If you'd like to race a duck again, it's $5 to enter. Top 2 places will advance. First place gets $10 and a chance to advance to the quarterfinals. Second place gets $5 and also advances to the quarterfinals. What we'll do today are elimination heats, which means all day today, the top 2 will get tickets to advance to our quarterfinals tomorrow afternoon. Maria, I'll let you do the honors on this one.
Thank you, Dave. Racers, on your mark, get set, go!
Two and 6. Nope.
Now, it looks like you guys have a good turnout here each year. What happens to some of the proceeds that you guys get from this event?
It's a good question. Prime example is our judges are the Luna County Search and Rescue Organization, and we donate money to their organization. We also have a youth group that takes care of our trash during the course of the event, and we donate to their organization so that they have money to do what camp or outings or whatever it is that they do. And there's a couple of other groups, church group that gets involved in some of the stuff, and we donate to their children's youth group. And then after the event, we also have created some scholarships. They're small ones, but we've offered them to several different groups of people to help them in college.
How many years could a duck usually stay in competition?
They'll race for about 3 years, and then they get too large-bodied where they can't take the stress of being handled and the heat, and so they go into retirement.
Set out to stud?
Pretty much, yeah. Now every year we have several farmers in the county that take several ducks for their irrigation ponds. They help keep the ponds clean, and then we donated several to kids and stuff that want to raise ducks and have animals and things. And ducks are pretty easy to tend to, so it's a good start for them.
Yeah, great, gets them kind of back out in the community.
Yeah.
Another wet track race. On your mark, get set, go! One and 2.
Galaxy, you're a champion. How does it feel to be the dry race duck winner?
Very good.
Did you have a lot of fun racing?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you have any kind of strategy to get your duck moving really fast?
No.
Now, have you been a racer before? Or is this your first year?
This is my first year racing.
Well, congratulations. You know you won a lot of money, huh?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with all that money?
Well, I gotta split it with a friend, and then I'm gonna buy. I gotta split it with a friend, and then I gotta buy some new school clothes.
Good. Kiana, how does it feel to be the 2007 wet race winner at the duck race?
Fun.
Yeah, you had a good time?
Mhm.
Was there any kind of strategy that you used to get your duck to go real fast?
Mhm.
What did you do?
Me and my mom had to splash it so hard.
Is this your first time racing?
Yeah.
Really? Congratulations. So you're going to come back and race next year too?
Mhm.
Yeah? You think you're going to do just as good?
Mhm.
Are you going to go out and tell all your friends to come race also?
Mhm.
What's your favorite part about the duck races?
It's fun when you hold the duck and then you splash it.
How about you? Well, there you have it, the Great American Duck Race. It's a splashingly fun time for everyone. This event has more attractions and more good old American competition than you can quack at. So next year, get yourself down here and I guarantee you'll have a lot of fun and you'll make some great new friends. What do you got to say for yourself? We'll see you on the next episode of Enchantments, and until then, recycle, reduce, reuse, and keep your environment clean and green. We'll see ya. Quack, quack. Quack, quack.
Quack.
All right, I think we got it.
Yeah.